Hey beautiful people! In this video, we're going to be talking about finances, and this is going to be the first of a three-part series where I discuss how you can make your money work for you no matter where you are on your financial journey. In this first video, I'm going to be talking about my money plan and how I break my budget down in a way that makes me able to do the things that I want. So if you're interested, stay tuned. Alright, so we're going to jump right in with number one, which is using percentages for your budget. Why I say to use percentages is because it can be difficult to set aside a certain amount of money every month for saving toward anything if you don't make a set amount of money every month. For example, when I was in college, I know I had countless jobs every semester. I was an RA, I did school tours for students, I even worked at the school bookstore. But that didn't mean my income was a set fixed amount. It fluctuated from week to week depending on how much I worked, which may be the case with you. So I found that instead of saying I'm going to save $100 a month towards vacation or just save it, it was easier for me to break down my budget in terms of percentages. So in order to do this, the first thing that you have to do is take out your necessities. So your necessities are the things that you pay for every month that are usually a flat rate. So this may be rent, mortgage, gas, water, cell phone, iTunes, Spotify, whatever it might be. Take that out every month. Oh, and also if you have student loans, take that out and account for that every month. Then I want you to calculate how much your bills cost out of your income. So, for example, if you calculate your bills and it costs about, say, $600 for the month, and for that month you made $1,000, what you would do is you would go on Google and calculate it, because Google works for everything. You would say, Google, how much is 600% of 1,000? And it would tell you 60%. So you know for that month, you have 60% of your income that is going towards your bills. Now you sit down and you say, okay, I have 40% left of my income. Or in other words, I have $400. But it's harder to think of it in that way because $400, it may not seem like a lot to you. But when you break it down into percentages, it is a little bit easier on your mental. So we're going to jump into the next step, which is number two, using different funds. So there are 5 top funds that I would say everyone needs to have and or make. Now, I know that I certainly grew up in the time where I thought you could only have 2 bank accounts, a checkings and a savings, and maybe an investment account if you have money like that, and maybe a retirement account if you were older. But I'm here to tell you, you can have as many savings accounts as you want, and that is exactly what I do. So the top 5 accounts that I say that everyone should have are a savings/emergency fund, an IRA or a retirement account, a self-care fund because we need to pay ourselves and make sure that we're good, and for if you're in debt, this is for you if you're in debt, a debt fund. Now, let me pause here and say that even though you're going to be accounting for that money monthly with your necessities, if you are interested in paying off debt faster, it is a great idea to make a separate fund for your debt where you allocate funds towards it, and then say at the end of the year, you can put that together and pay an extra amount on your debt. That is one option of paying your debt off a little bit faster. And then the 5th account that I say that everyone should make is an other. So you decide what that account is going to be. Mine is a vacation account if you haven't caught the theme already. Some people can make it a game fund, a wig fund, or whatever fund. And the amount of funds you make is not limited. I'm just saying this top 5 for beginners if you're kind of nervous about the whole situation. So you can start with 5, and then once you get more comfortable, you can gradually move on. Now that we know we have our 40% left to work with between our funds, and we have our 5 funds or more that we created, it's time to divide them up. Now, here's where you can use your free will and your creativity however you please. It does not need to be divided equally. You can make it as uneven as you please. You can put 2% there, 3% here, 15% there, and 10% wherever. However you want to divide the percentages, divide them. Have a grand time. But you know that you have 40% to work with. Now, why I like this method is because it fluctuates with whatever you make. You don't have to be disappointed by saying, oh, I thought I was going to save $100 every month for a year. What if you didn't make enough to save that much? But you can always save 2%. You can always save 5%, 10%, whatever the percentage is. You can always save it out of your 40%. It's just that the value might look different. With this method, you'll always be putting money towards the things that you want or things that you need, like savings. And you will still be able to go out to eat if your fund allows for it. At this point, we got our budget right. So we are ready to jump over to the next 2 sections of our financial series. I hope you guys stay tuned for the rest. Hope you enjoy your daily dose of melanin. Bye, guys.